That's right guys, today's video is part 5 of the how to build series, and today I'll be showing you how to build the M16. These videos take me forever to make, especially this one. So if you guys can show your support by subscribing and hitting the like button, it'll be much appreciated. No, really, I'll love you if you do it. I know you guys have been waiting a really long time for this video. Actually, I think it's like 8 months to be exact. So enough waiting, let's get right into it. To start, I usually set up my workstation like this, rods to the left and connectors to the right. For this build, you're gonna need 34 smallest size rods, 15 of these half rod pieces, 4 small spacers, 12 large spacers, 5 of this end piece. The ones without the peg are preferred, but it doesn't really matter which ones you use. 19 of the next size rod, 10 medium size rods, 37 size 4 rods, 4 of the second largest size rods, and 10 of the largest size rods. For the connectors, you'll need 8 single-sided ones, 4 double-sided ones, 28 of these, 3 4-sided connectors, 10 double-ended ones, 11 half wheel pieces. Again, the peg on the top doesn't matter. 32 of these, 14 of these, and 9 full wheel connectors. The first step will be making the handle portion. You'll want to start off by collecting these pieces. Make one of these using 3 4-sided connectors. And then continue to make this. You should have 2 parts that look like this. Put those to the side and gather more pieces. You'll want to create one of these. And then 2 of these. Grab the part you made before and connect them together like this. The smaller single one should be on the inside layer with the other 2 surrounding it on the outside layers. Put that to the side and then grab the green part you first made. Connect double-sided connectors onto that piece and then put 6 size 4 rods at the end. Now combine both parts together. Gather more materials. Start by making 2 of these. Connect the size 3 rod on one of them like this and then slide it through the wheel piece of the handle. Make sure the holes of these connectors slide onto the rod shown. Put the second piece on the other end identical to the first side and slide it in. We want to fill this gap with an end piece. Attach 2 of these connectors onto a rod and make sure there's a gap between them. Attach an end piece in between the gap. You'll make 2 of these. Now connect them together using 4 white rod pieces. Now I actually messed up here. You want to make this part here, but in between the gap should be a 3-sided connector. The 3-sided connector should be attached to the rod with the middle connector like this. Put that on top of the other part using the smallest size rods. Now keep attaching small rods and half wheel connectors on top and you should end up with this. Grab your handle and connect both parts together like shown. And that's it for the handle for part 1 of the build. For part 2, we'll be building the stock. Start gathering these pieces. Follow along with what I do and you should end up with a large part like this. Now connect 3 half wheel pieces to a single small rod. Then continue adding pieces on until you have something like this. Attach both parts together like so. Put 6 medium-sized rods at the end on both the top and the bottom. And finally attach the stock to the back of the handle you made from part 1. This is how the gun should look now. The stock should be firm, but it's easy to twist. Something we'll fix in the next part. Part 3 is buffing up the gun with some support for the stock and also adding a sight on top. For the sight, start by making 2 of these and then attach a 3-sided connector on a size 3 rod like this. Slide it in between both of the larger parts. Once that is made, attach it to the top of the gun like this. Next, gather these pieces for the stock support. Continue building what I do and you should be fine. After that's made, attach 2 3-sided connectors on top and 2 more on bottom. Now you'll want to Make a second one of these but mirrored. They should both look like this. Now take your gun and attach the first one by snapping in all 4 3-sided connectors to the gun. It should look like this. Now do the same thing for the other part on the other side of the gun. This next part is the barrel. Start by taking a wheel connector and put on 4 half rods as shown. You will need to make 3 of these. And then make 2 of these rod parts. Now connect all parts together like this. Make this and slide it through the wheel hole in front and do the same with another rod on the opposite end and connect them. Continue by following along with what I do. You should have each of these rod parts, and then you will need to connect them onto the top and bottom of the barrel. Now gather up a lot of these pieces. Attach these on the side rods like shown, alternating facing up and down. You can add more or less of these pieces on the rods if you'd like, as it doesn't matter how many you have. More makes it look better, but it's up to you. Now connect size 4 and 5 rods on the pieces you just added on the top and bottom. Grab the handle portion of the gun and insert a rod into the hole of the front half wheel pieces and attach 2 connectors on it. Now the barrel should be attached to the opposite half of the gun like this. You may have to do some adjusting with the rods of the barrel so it all fits and attaches onto the gun. I also made a mistake earlier. You'll want to make sure that the bottom rod here is in front of the top sight portion, not the other way around. Now take the middle rod of the barrel and attach it onto this piece I just pointed at. Once that's in, you can slide the barrel down until all these pieces line up. There are 3 more connecting points for the barrel to the body. Total, there are 4 connecting points that should be attached. Again, you may need to do some readjusting, make sure the barrel is straight and the pieces look neatly separated. And then finally, you should have the finished gun. All that is left is the magazine. The last step is the magazine. Since this is the last step, gather all the remaining pieces you have left. Start by making 2 of these and connecting them together using size 2 small rods. Take your larger rods and attach them to the top of the 3-sided connectors. Slide in a 1-sided connector on each end like this. Next, follow along with what I do here. Make sure there are 5 spacers separating each of the connectors on the rod. You'll make another one of these, but mirrored of the first one. Once you have both, you will attach them both to the top of the magazine. And then the magazine will attach underneath the gun right in between the trigger and the barrel. The magazine should click once when you put it in halfway. Don't put the magazine in all the way as it will get stuck and really hard to get out. It should be tight at first, but if you keep inserting the magazine in a couple times, it should loosen up over time. Now you are finished. If you want, you can put a sight on top of the gun like I do here. That's it, guys. That's how you build the M16 for my videos. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. Also, comment down below what weapon you want to see me build next for the How to Build series.